Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 50th episode of the Limitless Show. So, welcome to you from LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and to all my Limitless tribe. Today, I have a very special guest, and he's not only special. It's something totally different about him, and you are going to find that out once he comes over. But what I want to tell you about him is the fact that my journey, this journey of mine as a life coach, and I'm a strategic intervention limitless life coach and the host of this show. And this journey could not have happened if it was not for, him and his program. Because that's where I found my purpose way back in 2020. And that gave me that drive, that purpose. Before that, I used to feel that the people who are successful in life, they are some sorts of either geniuses, or they have it in their genes, or maybe their educational backgrounds, their financial backgrounds, whatever it is. But then they are made up of some different elements which we ordinary people do not have it in us. And when I met him, when I saw him, got to know his story and his journey, and the fact that in spite of everything, all the odds against him, he came so far, that broke that limiting belief inside of me that yes, everyone is limitless, and this limitless word is birthed out of that. So now you know where it comes from. So that's why it makes him all the more special. Yes, he is my first ever mentor that I ever had in my journey, and he is none other than Mr. Dev Gadhvi. He is the first Indian passionpreneur mentor, and he helps people get out of their 9 to 5 rut and helps them build their businesses, their dreams, their careers out of their passion, their purpose, and completely changes and transforms their lives. So let's bring him on without any further ado. Thank you so much, Dave, for joining me over here. So glad to have you over here.
Congratulations, Anshu, your determination, your commitment to making a difference and helping so many people. Kudos to you for 50th episode. I think it clearly shows how hungry you are to add value to people. So well done. I'm very, very happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Dave. And as I was sharing with the audience, that looking at your journey itself was like tremendous for me. Where I understood that no matter what background you have, you can be anything till you decide and you want it to be. And I see that I understood what a burning desire is only after knowing you. Otherwise, I didn't know what a burning desire is. So I can really see you stand out when it comes to that burning desire. So why don't you share your story with the audience who does not know you right now? There are many people who know you, and there are so many who don't. So please share your story with them.
Yeah, sure. So I am just an ordinary guy born in a very humble family. My dad was a truck driver. I did not know anything except for just, study hard, get a degree, get a job, and just live a normal life until I worked until the age of 33, 34. Some reality hit me and made me realize that, man, everything in my life was mediocre. My dreams, my ambitions, my goals, everything was mediocre. And though I was making like a 3 lakh rupees a month as a paycheck, there was no fulfillment, there was no happiness. If you know, जैसे लगने लगा कि यार now what? क्या इसके लिए हम पैदा हुए हैं? Is this why we are born? Just to work hard, pay the bills, and die? I said, no, there is something, has to change. So I usually, I come from a very, very humble background, and coming here and today living a life of my dreams, it's like a fantasy. Like I still remember, we did not even have toilets in our home, growing up in slums. The neighborhood was surrounded by people who drink, fight, gamble, abuse. I had a lot of hardship my parents saw to just even have basic English medium education for me and my brother. So that is just a brief story of mine. And today, of course, I am twice best-selling author, TEDx speaker, Joe Talk speaker. I have transformed hundreds and thousands of lives. Yeah, I mean, I did little. I can say that I am the first generation multimillionaire in my family. So I'm very very happy for the love that I've been getting from all the people like yourself and so many other people on social media.
Great, great, awesome. So, where I'm a part of this coaching community where there are so many coaches, and I think there are a lot of talks that go on all the time about coaches not getting paid what they deserve, and that the market is kind of saturated, or maybe that the opportunities are not enough, or maybe even the Indian mindset is that such that it loves free stuff, and people do not want to pay any high amount. So high ticket is something which is not very much possible in India. Look, I mean, when I hear those things, and I know that for your passionpreneur mentorship program you charge in lakhs, and there are people who queue up to actually pay for that and get into the program, and they are also Indians, and you are a part of that same community. How do you manage? I mean, why don't you break their myths and the barriers they have, which tells them that there's not enough opportunity, or they can't get paid what they deserve? What do you do? What makes you different?
Well, I completely agree that a lot of people have the misconception that being in India, it's a price market, and especially being coach, being mentor. I remember the story when I got into this business of coaching and mentoring. Everybody told me that what, business is hard, people don't pay money, you're gonna struggle, your job is good. you know I was very clear that I am going to break all the beliefs that a lot of people have about the Indian market. Um, Forget about the money. I just focus on value, value, value. And if I give a lot of value to people, if I give them something really, really life changing knowledge or wisdom, which transform their life, I'm sure a lot of people will pay money. And that's exactly how I started. I said, what? I'm going to give a lot of value. And I started my journey as a mentor where people are charging 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. I said, I'm going to start charging 1 lakh rupees. And and then I said, okay, why would somebody pay me 1 lakh rupees? I'm just a new, coach or a mentor. Why would somebody pay me that? I said, okay, I'm going to be different. I'm not going to be just like everybody else and me too, me too, me too. I'm going to actually handhold people. I'm going to support people. I'm going to mentor people. And a lot of people don't understand the difference between a motivational speaker, a coach, a consultant, a trainer, a facilitator, and a mentor. So a lot of people actually don't understand this. I said, I'm going to be the mentor, and people will not buy my product and services just like that. People will buy the results. So I started focusing on results, purely results. And that is what completely changed. So I don't believe that India is a price sensitive market. I don't think that coaches should cut the corners just to fit in. I think what you should focus on, when the value exceeds the price, the sale happens. So focus on how can you increase the value? How can you give something which people are not able to give? And if you have something substantial, people will line up, people will queue up. And I'm actually fortunate that, going from 1 lakh to 2 lakh to 5 lakh, and now 10 lakh for my mentorship program, I was able to, increase the price 10 times in a span of just 4 years. Like I started my journey in 2018. So there are still people paying so much money. So I think you just have to look at the value and not worry about the price. Price is never a problem. I repeat, price is never a problem, right? People are affluent in India as well. There's so many millionaires in India, like 4.5 lakh millionaires are there in India, right? So people are there.
Yes, absolutely. And I think if you have the value, people can queue up. And I've seen that in your programs where you are rejecting people and people want to come in. So even that happens. And here, we are talking about, people will not pay the price. So that's not true at all. I really want to say that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So now you were working in Oracle, you were into sales, you were in a comfy job as you shared, and you come from a background where your father was a truck driver and your mother Valbai. I mean, I think you have taught her how to drive a car in the last 3 4 years. She has actually learned how to drive, and now she's, riding with that Ferrari. So there is something special about her as well, and I'm sure you have got that from her as well. What is that superpower that your mother has, and what is it, do you think, that you have inherited from her?
Yeah. I would say two things. One is I think she was an early age visionary. When, if you look at my mom, she was born and brought up in slums, poor, families, but she had a dream. She saw the vision that her kids going to an English medium school and doing something good in their life. So she saw that early dream in her life, and that was something different. Like, all the relatives were against that. Like, no, you should not send your kids to English medium. You'll go broke, and sadak pe aa jaoge aap. But she said, no, whatever it is, I'm going to borrow money, I'm going to sell everything, but I'm going to ensure that my kids get the English medium education. So I think somewhere I got that part from my mom as well, right? And number two, I think she has the grit. The grit is something, there's like, you have something that you're passionate about, you persevere until it becomes a reality. So I think the grit of my mom is so powerful that despite all the odds, all the challenges, she did not give up on her dream of getting us educated in English medium. I think somewhere there are a few things that I learned from her, in terms of vision that you should have, and the grit that you should have, never say die attitude. These are a couple of things I really learned and cherish from my mom, Valvai Gadvi.
Right. Because I remember reading that, I mean, hearing from you time and again that she actually stood outside the English medium school for the whole day till
Yeah.
they gave in and they took admission of both of you boys. And that was the victory moment for her. And I mean, what joy she must be having. Today, she is riding in that Ferrari and seeing her son, go to like the global level. And wow, I mean, no matter what vision she had, she must not have had this bigger vision. What you have
Yeah.
made it into a reality.
Well, I definitely can say that she is very proud. Like, she every day she tells me, I'm very proud of what you're doing and how many people you're helping and how much value you're adding in the world. Keep doing that. So I really really feel happy that my mom is really supporting my dream and pushing me. In fact, I'll tell you something interesting. This was year 2017. Like, I was still in a job, and in 2017, when I started making videos on social media about mindset and beliefs and all that, and there are some days, right, when you're so busy, you don't send the video or don't upload the video on social media. She messaged me and she asked me, "Kya baat hai? Aajkal aapke video nahi aa rahe?" I was like, "Mom, you don't even understand English." And like, but acha lagta hai na dekh ke. Kya karo? I said, "Wow, that's so wonderful." So, getting those kind of vibe and inspiration from my mom is really powerful. And yeah, that story about she was not even allowed to enter to a school for an admission because of her get up, and she stood there outside the gate for almost like 30 to 40 minutes until somebody brought her inside and said, why are you here? So, I'm here for my kids to get the admission in this English medium school. Would you be able to pay money? He said, yeah, we will find the money. How would you focus on homework and all? We'll send our kids to tuition. These kids deserve a chance. So I think having that level of grit, that level of attitude, I think that is what I think a lot of people need in today's generations.
Absolutely. And she was so resourceful. That's the best part. I mean, in spite of not knowing where that resource will come from, she had that faith that she will find a way.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes. So now, there are many people who leave their jobs, and there are so many people who follow their purpose and passion, and but then they don't. And there are people who spend a fortune also on personal development. In fact, I know a lot of people who are addicted to personal development, but they are not able to implement that. They keep buying courses here, keep buying courses there, coaching here, coaching there, but the you spent on your personal development, you had this grit, and you made it so big in no time at all, like making millions of dollars within like a span of 3.5 years, 4 years. what what is that burning desire? What goes on in your mind every moment, every day, when you wake up, when you sleep, what are the things that you're thinking about? What keeps you going at the pace that you're going?
It's a very interesting question. What keeps me going? I would say the same thing which was driving me in 2017 is the same thing as driving me in 2018 until now. And that drive of me making a difference in humanity, making a difference in people's life. I see a lot of people starting their businesses, but I see that they're doing it just for making money. Like, oh, I just want to make money, I want to grow. So there are two things. One is you got to have something which is selfless. It's not about me, my money, my house, my car. When I started, I just wanted to focus on one thing, which is I want to kill mediocrity. Mediocrity is even bigger disease than the corona, because it eats away so much of your time and so many years without even you realizing it. So I felt that pain of mediocrity, and I said, man, I don't want anybody else to go through the life and realize that, man, I wasted so many years. I could have done more, I could have been more, I could have achieved more. But look, I just underestimated my own potential, and now I'm not happy. So I don't want anybody to have this feeling. So this is the feeling that I had when I started my journey. Even till today, I do not want anybody to fall short of their potential, because I know there's a pain that when you realize that, man, I lost a lot of time, I could have done better. So that continues to drive me. Now, are there coaches and trainers who also are passionate like me? Answer is yes. But the problem with most of these guys is they're very technical in nature, and they study only a lot of technical things. When I say technical things, let's say there's a fitness coach or a mindset coach. Most of the fitness and mindset coach, they just go and learn only fitness and only mindset, where they don't understand that you need to equally, if not more, you need to understand the business angle of it. For example,
Right.
branding, marketing, selling, closing, right?
Right.
Scaling, hiring teams. These are the things which actually people do not understand. Like, as an example, right? Jungle mein mor nacha kisne dekha, right?
सही बात है.
Dev Gadhvi could be the champion coach, and he must be wonderful. He can change somebody's life. But what if nobody knows Dev Gadhvi? What am I gonna do? Only handful of people know me. What am I gonna do? So जितना passion आप mission के हिसाब से रखते हो, whatever you're passionate about the mission, you should have equal passion about learning the art of business as well. And that is, I think, the speed that I got from my mentors like Grant Cardone and Dan Locke. Not only they're great at heart, not only they're great with the mission, but they're also great at business as well. That they are great at marketing, they're great at branding, they're great at selling, they're great at closing. Like Dan Locke, my mentor, he's like a king of the high ticket sales. So having that combination, that actually got me results early on, and it, touch wood, it just keeps giving me more and more results. So have the mindset, the vision to impact lives, as well as have the business acumen. Like, think about this, right? There's one of my mentee who is a doctor. He's been a doctor for more than 30 plus years, 35 years. And not only the doctor, he has a hospital in Kanpur for, I don't know, 35, 40 years. But
Mhm.
the problem is, he is still not financially free. He asked me a question: Dave, how can I become financially free?
Mhm.
This actually hurts me and makes me realize that, yaar, kitne hardworking log hain, how humble, how hardworking they are, but yet they're not able to reach at a financial freedom. The reason why is because he's still a techie. He's still
Mhm.
great at what he's doing in as like a doctor. His whole family is doctor. Wife is a
Mhm.
doctor. Son is a doctor. But they will not go to the next level if they don't understand the business angle of it. Marketing, branding, closing, building the teams, building the structure, having the hierarchies. This is what drives me, that I want to help those people so that when they grow, economy grows, and they can hire more people, they can give more employment, and we can create more passionpreneurs. This is the reason why I do what I do, and this is probably reason why I get some results very fast.
Amazing. So, since you spoke about Dan Locke and Grant Cardone, why don't you share how your journey actually began out of this mediocrity? Because you were happy with what you had, and you had a comfortable life. So, what made you actually realize that you were mediocre, that you
Mm.
were not the extraordinary self that you should be?
Yeah. So there was one day when I attended one of the business meeting. I was new as an associate sales director in one of the companies in market research, and the CEO said, "Okay, if you give 100%, I will make sure that the company gives you 150% back." That was a trigger that, I'm new and I want to be a sales champion. And I realized, but you know what? For whole life, I've been in sales for more than 14, 15 years, but I never learned the art of selling. I said, man, I need to learn sales. If I want to be a top champion salesperson, I need to learn sales. So I went to YouTube and I saw sales training. That's when I met my first mentor, Grant Cardone. And I was hooked onto what he was sharing as per the sales and mindset. And I was like, man, this is amazing. My heart said, this is the man. I want to emulate his level of energy, habits, beliefs, success, whatever it is. And I'm going to just model how he is. And then I just started learning all the things that I he was offering. I bought all his books. I bought all his courses. He has some rebuttal scripts. He has the app rebuttal app. I bought everything and I started swimming in his Kool-Aid. And that literally changed my life. I said, wow. And my energy went up, my drive went up, and I started feeling new me. And I was like, man, how many people actually can feel this new energy? Like, we go to office, most of the people lazy, lethargic, monotonous, not driven, not inspired, not excited about this. Then why are we even doing it? Right? And that is when I found my purpose, that what, I'm going to be very driven and I'm going to help people to come out of this mediocrity as well, to experience what I've experienced in last 1 year or so. And that's when I did content. And then 1 year, I did content, build the followers, added value to people, and then I launched myself full time in 2018, and rest is history today.
Right. And you also enrolled for Ganlock's high ticket closing. And
Yes.
that added, I think, another big feather in your cap where, closing, because I think a lot of people don't even know what closing is all about. People know selling. Frankly got to know about closing only after, joining you. I never knew what closing is all about.
Yeah.
So,
Same like me. Same like me. Like, I was like, man, I had this, belief. होता है ना, डेढ़ शाना बन जाते हैं, ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट बन जाते हैं. I am from sales. I know a lot. I'm learning from this. I'm learning from books. I'm learning from Grant Cardone. But the thing is, when I met Seafood Dan Lok, all my beliefs got shattered. I said, how mediocre I am in sales. And I did not even realize that closing is completely different than selling. Selling typically is giving the offer, presentation, proposals, and pushing and all that thing, chasing people, following up. Closing is about opposite. Closing is asking about, why do you think I'm the right person? Why do you think you're ready for this? Right? What makes you think you can do this, or something like that? It's like closing is complete different ball game. So the credit goes to Seafood Dan Lok. If it is, if you give me credit, I actually give credit to Dan Lok. And until I met him, if I would have not met him, my life would have been still full of struggles as a wannabe, as a newbie entrepreneur, if I would have not met Dan Lok. Because Grant Cardone got me started, but Dan Lok actually helped me to scale my business. And
right.
yeah, I'm very fortunate, very, very, grateful to my mentors.
Amazing. The way I am grateful to you for getting
Thank,
my journey started on this.
thank you.
So, Dev, since you shared that organically in the beginning when you started, you organically built a lot of audience. You built a channel and you started sharing videos every single day. So, I want to ask you a very strategic question as to what were the strategies that you used organically to reach out to more and more people. What were the things you were doing and what kind of impact you had? How much audience did you build organically? And then later on, how much later did you start with paid advertisements, and what were the tools that you used in the paid form? And then how much of growth did you see with the paid
Yeah.
form?
Very good question. So, what did I do in 2017 when I started creating content? I had only two strategies, which I learned from my first mentor. First is massive action, like massive, massive 10x level of action of content, 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 right? Number
Mm-hmm.
two was about omnipresence. Like, you have to have massive action consistently, of course, and you need to be omnipresent. I heard this word omnipresent from my mentor so many times. I started living, eating, breathing, being omnipresent, and being 10x, content creation and 10x action. That just exposed me to different channels, and I realized my biggest followers actually came from LinkedIn. And I built about few thousands of new followers from LinkedIn within just 1 year. And the day came when I launched myself as a full-time passionpreneur mentor. I did not spend any money on ads. All I did is I launched a campaign of doing a physical workshop in 6 different cities. And I said, you know what, I'm going to teach people how to find your passion, build the business on passion, because by then I had made a little bit of money from my passion and coaching and all while I was in a job. And that all came from LinkedIn, from few handful of thousand people, hundreds of people engaged, and maybe 30, 40 people actually showed up in all these 6 different workshops. Out of all that, I started choosing my mentees in every workshop. So I did it in Gurgaon, Pune, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Chennai, Bangalore, and then did one live as well. At the end of 2.5 months of this campaign of me quitting the job in April, and 2.5 months in June, I made 33 lakhs from this just one campaign. And it was not until 2019 I actually started running the ads, right? And 2018 was just purely organic, organic, organic. And 2019 is when I shifted the gear. And to answer your second part of the question, I started with the Facebook ads. And I burned my hands at the beginning trying to do it myself, everything. And then I found the expert. Sid actually came for my help, and he was also starting his journey. I think Siddharth Rajshekar, he was the one who helped me to launch my first few campaigns. At that time, he was not just doing the content, he was not just selling the video courses and inner circles and his inner circles. At that time, he also was doing done for you type of thing. So that is how I got started. So first year in business, I made 1 crore by organic. Second year in business with the inorganic and organic, I made 2.5 crores in business. The true magic happened in 2020, right? And that is when I made my first $1 million. And that time it was not just the Facebook. I launched YouTube ads as well. So I combined the Facebook and YouTube. And now we are big time. In last year, 2021, we made about 25 crores in revenue, purely 90% of that coming from YouTube ads. So yeah, this is the journey that has happened.
Amazing, amazing, Dave. Kudos to you and the team, of course, who's there behind you, rock solid. So, organically, when you were making this content, the massive action and the omnipresence that you're talking about, I want to know a little more about that. What content were you making? Was it videos every single day on all the different social media, platforms like YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook? Were you pasting, and I mean, the same videos everywhere, all across, or was it in different formats? You were creating different kinds of content.
Yeah, my strategy was simple. You see, when we are in job, when we have so many responsibilities, we cannot spend a lot of time on creating content. So I was like trying to optimize my time that I had. So morning I will wake up and I'll shoot one video, right? And I did not know video editing back then. Kuch nahi aata tha. And at that time, this internet also was slow. My Wi-Fi also was slow at that time. So I'll shoot a video early in the morning as I'm ready to go to office. I'll just put on a blazer and I'm going to shoot this with my cell phone, no microphone, nothing. Just put it next to the window, in a horrible, whatever quality of the video. I just do it. Every single day, I'll make one video without any, without missing it, whatever it is, whatever day it is.
Right.
That's how I started doing that. And in the evening, I'll come back and I'll upload that video on YouTube and other platforms. I'm going to just push it out, right? And I'll put it on YouTube, and it'll take whole night or probably few hours to upload onto YouTube as well in 2017. So that's how I started. That's one part of the content. And the second part of content, I created the WhatsApp community called Care Nation. My
Okay.
goal was, how can I add a lot of value to people? And every day in that WhatsApp group, I'll send one voice note without missing even a single day. Consistently, I kept doing it for more than 365 days, right? Maybe there may be some odd days that I could not, but most of the days I had the voice notes in WhatsApp group, I had the videos there. I started writing articles on LinkedIn as well, and repurpose those articles other places. So these some of these strategy worked. And to me, I also followed Gary Vee's principle. He said that don't create, document. So I started documenting my journey. Then I stopped, waiting and creating just random message. I started coaching people for free online, and I started, putting my phone right next to the laptop, and I started recording that and keep creating content as well on YouTube and other places. So I started becoming little more sensible in using my time better, so I don't have to create something new. It just happens while it is in the journey. So yeah, quotes happened, then videos happened, this thing. My focus was that I'll try and create all the forms of content in a fastest and a better way, irrespective of what the quality is. I'm going to improve on quality first. I'm going to focus on quantity. So
Right.
videos, voice notes, then picture quotes and the write-ups. I used everything everywhere. That's all I did.
Yeah, what I actually love about you, Dave, is one thing is you were never hesitant, because in the beginning also I remember watching that video of yours, very candid one, where you are going on the last day of your job, and you are like, I have a meeting with the CEO, and what am I going to do, and then you document after the meeting as well, and very candid. I mean, I would think 100 times before I do that kind of a video. I'll be like, very, very kind of not so comfortable, I would say. But then this is the beautiful part about you, is you are very, very, always very confident about whatever you were doing, and you were able to kind of share it with people, because this was the same genuineness that you had, which had got me connected to you, because I could see that you were a very transparent person, very, very authentic, very, very transparent, and ready to share everything that was happening in your life with others and try to help them. So
Yeah,
and this, I think, we overthink. We tend to always overthink, and we don't share our journeys. But I think
yeah.
this sharing the journey is so important, because a person gets connected to that journey.
Yeah, I want to give a message to all the people who are hesitant to create content, who are not consistent, who are worried. Am I looking good? Am I sounding good? What if it doesn't work? What if it works? I want to give this message to all of you guys. The message is, stop being selfish. What? Why? How is this selfish? I'll just give you my story, right? When I started creating content, do you think people did not laugh at my content? Right? I got some nasty comments that, ha ha ha, you don't even have the energy. Who made you a speaker? Oh, look at your accent. Look at this. Look at that. Right? I knew why I'm making a video. My why was very clear, and I can even say very, my intention has been very pure. That, what, it's not for me, it is for the people, right? And if I stop because of some comments of haters or ignorant people, I'm doing a disservice to people. So I'm not here to prove how wonderful and how great and charming I am and how knowledgeable I am. I'm here to just add value. And I know
Right.
for sure that if I keep adding value, the haters who will hate will eventually will lose interest and will stop talking. But
Yes.
I only want to reach people who are ready to learn and grow. So I just continued that path. So, but if I stop, when would I be conscious? I will only be conscious when it's all about me. How am I looking? How am I sounding? Am I smart? Am I good enough? And all that. I didn't really care that, whether you like me, you don't like me. And still people, I have a lot of haters as well. Like, people don't like what I do because of, I'm very transparent and even flamboyant. Sometimes I show some of the things. So because of my transparency, people can't digest this. He's too money minded. He's talk about millionaire and he talk about Ferrari and 11 bedroom home, but they actually don't see underneath. They just look at the surface level. They don't see that Dev is actually driven by the impact. And
Yes.
he's sharing this not to show that how great he is. He's sharing this because he wants somebody somewhere sitting in Kanpur, somebody, sitting in whatever, Vasai, who is still in a job and who is underestimating their potential. I want to share my story that, hey, look, I am just like you, born and brought up in poor family, worked in a job for 16 years, middle class. If I can do it, you can do it too. But a lot of people misinterpret it. तो मेरा गलती है क्या? मेरा गलती नहीं है. It is their fault because they are projecting their belief. My
Yes.
intentions are pure, and it's still pure from the beginning till now. If your intentions, your filters are different, it is not my problem, right? But look, people will be there, people will hate. So get out of your own selfish thinking and think about other people, that how much value you can add to other people. It's not about how good your English is, how good you're looking, how smart you are. It's about what can you give to others that can help them to grow in their life. Period. That's it.
Absolutely, absolutely. What a brilliant share. I think because this will help a lot of people get out of that, what is stopping them from coming out, opening to the public. And yeah, there are so many people whose lives are waiting to be touched. So this is so important. So now this also brings me to my next question, Dave, that I know every year you go out for your Vipassana meditation, and you make sure that once in a year you have to be there, away from everything, and you get that time to internalize on all your achievements, all your challenges, and everything on your vision. So why don't you share, why has this been a consistent part of your life, and what have you got out of Vipassana as uh, per your mindset, your spirit, everything is concerned?
Yeah. See, Vipassana, for a lot of people who don't know, it is an ancient meditation technique which was founded by Gautam Buddha, I think more than 2,500 years ago. It is
True.
still being kept in a very private way of helping yourself to understand your emotion, channelize your emotion in the right direction. It is an art of of being conscious about your thoughts and emotions. And this is not religious, it's not just for Buddhist. It is the art of just knowing your bodily sensation and channelizing the sensation in the right way. So if you're feeling angry, your body will, show frustration and all that. If you're low, your body will show. So by just noticing what your body is saying, you will be able to understand how your mind and your heart and your soul is reacting. So if you can change that and cut out that, you will become really happy. So I go to Vipassana for two reasons. Number one is when you have success coming your way, Vipassana is the best to keep you grounded and not have, wings, and you keep flying with the ego that I'm wonderful, I'm great. आई वांट टू बी ग्राउंडेड, राइट? वहां पे ना बहुत अच्छी तालीम मिलती है, बहुत अच्छी ट्रेनिंग मिलती है कि आपको कोई प्रिविलेज नहीं है, नो मोबाइल फोन, नो आउटसाइड, यू आर नॉट अ पैशन एक्सपेरिमेंटर, यू आर नॉट अ मिलियनेयर, you don't have a Ferrari, you're just a humble man who is there living a normal life, sleeping normally. There's, all everything normal facilities. You're not supposed to talk to anybody. You have to have eat, what they give. You have to sleep on at the place where you give in. No complaint, no excuses, no talking. Just meditate every day for 10 days. That
Yes.
brings you down from the ego, and it makes you realize that, what, man, it's great to just be a human and not have all the filters and tags and faces, and stay grounded. So that is one reason. The second reason is it allows me to know myself and my thoughts better. You see, as an entrepreneur like you and I, we have a lot of moving parts, right? A lot of challenges, a lot of hurdles. And all those hurdles and all challenges, you will not be able to fight it if you're always just in the game. You have to rise above the game and have a 30,000 feet view and see, hey, where am I going wrong? How am I thinking? What is wrong? What is right? So I get this my me time, my thought process time to evaluate my thoughts, channelize my thoughts, my emotions for the future goals, future mission that we have on this journey. So these are the two reasons I go for Vipassana. I make sure that I never miss this. I went in the first year, I got a big breakthrough. Second year, I went again a huge breakthrough, right? And again, gratitude to people who are part of my community who pushed me to go to Vipassana. Otherwise, I was also being ignorant. Meditation, I'm not for meditation. I don't like it and all that. But Naz pushed me from my team. Som pushed me. I said, you know what? Great. Once I experience it, I know that it gives me very fast. It gives me speed. It's very difficult for people like us who are so busy to remove 10 complete days and be there. But I realize those 10 days gives me the 10x speed. I can get 10 things more done just because investing 10 days. So that's why I go to Vipassana, and really, really recommend all the viewers to go to Vipassana. It is going to be life changing for most of you.
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, they even I had done my first Vipassana meditation way back in 2019 May, and in 20 when I found you, I related so much to this part of yours as well. I was like, wow, even he is a Vipassana meditator. So that was another facet to the whole thing. And yes, absolutely, these 10 days are always life changing, no doubt about it. So now I saw your interview with Evan Carmichael in 2017, almost 5 years back, when you were actually a nobody in the social media or as a, coach and mentor. What, first of all, gave you, because I think you had just started your self development journey with the Grant Cardone, what gave you so much of confidence to reach out to a person who was already a multi-millionaire at that point of time and get to interview him? Not only that, I saw the quality of video. It really sucks actually.
It does. I know it does. It's horrible. It's horrible. I want to hide that.
But also that, for the fact that you spoke about his book, your one word or something, and you speak about care being that word for you. So what I want to ask you is, care was that word 5 years back. Does it also ring as the first word that comes to your mind when in 5 years your life has changed so much? And
Yeah.
what gave you that kind of a confidence to reach out to him?
Yeah. So the first part of, you know what, I was new to this. And when you are like, babies don't have filters, they don't hesitate to talk to strangers and things. I was a baby of coaching, right? So I had no idea, I had nothing to lose. So I reached out to all the people. I said, you know what, I'd like to interview, like to interview. And the credit does not go to me. Actually, credit goes to Evan, who, being such a generous and humble person, who agreed to do the interview when I was nobody, right? So I was fortunate to have him, Evan Carmichael. I don't know if you're listening. Evan, you really were wonderful to say yes to the interview when I was nobody. And then I interviewed him at the beginning when I had nothing. Then I brought him to, I requested him to be part of the Passionpreneur Summit as well.
Yes, in which
And
I was there in
in which
2020.
you were there in the 2020. So, and when he saw my journey from 2017 to 2020, he was like, wow, Dave, you've come a long way. And I really, I'm very grateful to people like Evan, who looked at people like me, who was nobody, and gave me an opportunity to interview him. I learned a lot of things from him, his videos and all. So I think what makes a lot of difference is by just asking. You have nothing to lose. Just ask people. Like, you asked me, right? So what? I said, you know what? Here's a challenge for you, Anshu. We're going to do the 50th episode. I'm going to be your guest, right? I want
Yes,
you also to earn it. I want you also to drive it. So, there's no harm in asking. So I think
yes.
you should go out and ask for it. I think that is the first part. And what is the second part you said? What is the
Yeah, so that word, care,
care?
because he
Yes.
talks about what is the first word
Yes.
that comes
Yes.
to your mind. Yeah.
So I would say my word has evolved now. I don't think my one word is care now. I think my one word right now is transformation, or it could be impact. Like I care for a lot of people, great, but it's not just the care which is going to help people to go to the next level. My one word is I feel really happy, right? I really feel happy when I'm able to transform somebody's life. So सिर्फ motivation नहीं देना है, सिर्फ सिर्फ ज्ञान नहीं देना है. I want to actually transform people, and that is that one word which really drives me every day. So all the books that I write, all the videos that I make, all the programs that I have, it's all focused on transformation, transformation, transformation. So Passionpreneur Mastermind or Passionpreneur Inner Circle, these all are transformations, right?
Yes.
Or I'm also launching the high ticket entrepreneur program for sales and people who are struggling, the coaches, mentors, service providers. How do you close big deals? How do you close big ticket? There, I'm not just there to send the information and give them the video courses. I'm there to handhold them, guide them, mentor them, how they can get the results by getting the transformation. So my one word right now probably is transformation. I never thought of this, actively. It's been a long time, but you brought the old memories and it made me realize that, what? I think I really feel happy when I'm able to transform somebody's life.
Right, absolutely. Because as a mentor, as a coach, you do care for people, but when the people do not implement what you teach them, the transformation does not happen. Actually speaking, this is what I have faced in my coaching career, that you can only give what you have, but then the other part, which is the major part, is the implementation. So,
Hmm.
what do you do in those situations, being a coach or a mentor, when people are kind of laid back or lethargic, and even though you have the best that you are giving out to them in form of your energy, your wisdom, your knowledge, but the other side, though they have paid you the money, but they are not up to the mark and they are not
Mhm.
implementing it. What do you do? What should you do?
You see, all the people in the world, कौन ऐसा इंसान है जो सक्सेस नहीं चाहता? Right? Who does not want to be successful? Who does not want to grow in life? Who does not want to be millionaire? Who does not want to impact so many lives? I don't think there will be anybody. Very rarely anybody would say that, you know what, I don't want to do anything. I just want to lie on the couch and, watch TV and die. I think very very few people will do that. They want to grow. Like, we humans are like free souls. We like growth. The reason why people are not able to grow is because of the weak mindset, and specifically within weak mindset, weak belief system. See, we all have belief system. Some people's belief systems are powerful, and gives them power when they think about themselves, when they look at themselves. Their self image is very powerful. Their self esteem is very high. Like, somebody like you, somebody like me will, like, you know what, I am very powerful, I'm driven, I'm excited, I have, everything that I need. And some people who have negative belief systems, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not so smart, so the first thing I do is I change their belief system. I remove the old software and reload the new software. And then,
Right.
of course, I have a process which you also have gone through it. And then the mindset, the belief system, the process includes maybe a reading book. It includes reading books, includes coaching sessions, it includes the live sessions, and it could be group sessions. So all this process laid down by Passionpreneur, in our Passionpreneur mastermind, it helps them to remove all those beliefs one by one, one by one, one by one. And by the time
Right.
they reach maybe, a certain, timeline, they're completely different man or completely different woman. Even despite that, if they don't get the breakthrough, we have one, we have few more ways of doing it, right? We give them more personal attention, we give them more coaching, we give them more accountability, we connect them into community, right? So we try to hit their weak mindset from all the angles, from one-on-ones, from group coaching, from the masterminding session, the community, from the books, from the videos, from the voice notes. So kahin na एक trigger hota hai that, oh, you know what, let me do this. And then, of course,
Right.
there's a process of giver morning ritual, and we have live morning transformation in Passionpreneur as well. So combination of all that, sooner or later, these people who are feeling weak, in terms of mindset, they will get the breakthrough. Because problem is not that, oh, I'm procrastinating, I'm not taking action. That is a symptom. The root
Right.
cause is the mindset, the weak mindset. And by
Right.
following the process, they come out of it. Guaranteed, anybody who stays within the community of Passionpreneur, they're bound to get the transformation on the mindset first, and then the business as well.
Amazing, amazing. Yes, I mean, I have seen some of the videos of the inner circle that you have, and in Goa, I think you just spent, you just came back from Goa after a week, and oh man, what amazing activities and what camaraderie! I can see that in the group, and I was feeling like, oh, I missed that. I should have been there.
Yeah,
So so, so
you
many
won't believe it.
different things.
Yeah, you won't believe, Anshu, the people who came with a lot of baggages, people came with a lot of limiting beliefs. Despite being in Passionpreneur for a few months, they still have beliefs which are limiting them. Somebody thinks that, they're very successful. Some people think they're not good enough. Some people have rigid mindsets. Some people have weak mindset. Each and every one got multiple breakthroughs. Right. And what you
Wow.
see in the video is probably not even 1% of what actually happens on the ground. People crying like a baby. Imagine a 50-year-old crying
Yes.
like a baby and saying that, Dave, you made me cry. I never cried in my life. You made me cry. You're not a human being. You're God. Like, which
Wow.
I'm not. Which, but when they say these words, then I really believe that I've made some difference in their life along with my team. It's not just me. It is actually my
Right.
team. Like
Right.
Mehu who planned the entire event, and I delivered a lot of part of it, and he delivered some part of it. When you see this thing happening, when people in 50s and 60s getting the breakthroughs, and everybody getting breakthroughs and going as a new personality, going as a
Right.
complete reborn personality, that makes me happy, right? That, yeah, kuch to kiya life mein, kisi ki life change kar rahe hain. And when it is in the physical setup environment like this, it's even better. There's a lot of fun as well, like people crying, happy, jumping around, fighting, shouting. It's crazy, it's
Yes.
unbelievable.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I would love to be, a part of it the next time. I definitely don't want to miss it because I think I have missed. But yeah, I mean, I had some different priorities. I was doing something else. So there was a reason behind it. But then, yes, I would love to be a part of it. So I
Thank
have
you.
so many people, Dave, over here. I mean, I need to acknowledge now finally. So many comments have been coming in. I have Darpan Murgia, I have Murlidhar, and then Sandeep Patkar, Manikandan, then someone who hasn't changed their names comes as a Facebook user. You are making that impact, Dev Gadhvi. So proud to be in your inner circle, learning directly from you. Yes, we had great breakthroughs in Goa inner circle. And Mani says, congrats on your 50th anniversary, Anshu, and it is great conversation with your mentor, Dev Gadhvi. Keep it going. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Great to have all these. Okay, this is Anju. Great. Thank you so much, Anju. Thank you for your beautiful comments. Wonderful. So, Dev, another question, which is like the signature question of, before I ask that, what are the three biggest values that you have currently? And I believe that our values also change sometimes with with the way we evolve. What are the current three values, the top three values based on which you prioritize your life, your business, your decisions, and everything?
Yeah, it's a very good question. And first is impact. Second is legacy. Third is transformation. In no particular order, all three are very important, right? Impact, transformation, legacy. I'm driven by that. If somebody comes to me who is thinking small, playing small, living comfortable, I know for sure that I'm going to run away from there, or I will make sure that the person is not there with me, because I cannot connect with the people who are not having the values like mine. So these are top three values. And yes, it changes, but I think it takes a very long time. When you truly know your value, when you truly know your value, it does not change very frequent. Maybe in once in many years it will change, but who you are at the core, your values will remains the same for a very long time. So these are some of the values that I have.
Amazing, amazing. And no wonder. I mean, just listening to these values, I know why you are making such a big impact in such a short span of time. That itself talks a lot about, what is that burning desire, or what is that is pushing you. So I think these values are of great impact. Now, the signature question, which is, do you believe in that limitlessness of the human spirit, that human potential? And if yes, who according to you is limitless?
Very good question. Answer is absolutely yes. I truly believe we humans, we do not have limits. Like, only limits that we have is the ones you set for yourself. But it's in the reality, it is actually not limits that you have. It's just the mind that puts the limit on yourself. And who,
Right.
according to me, is limitless? I think somebody who has truly tapped into their true spirit in terms of who they are as a human being, as a personality, who they are as a person. If they can understand this universe, outside universe becomes no boundaries, right? Because there is no boundaries for in the spiritual realm. There is no limits of how many lives you can impact. There is no limit on how much money you can make. There is no impact on how much difference you can make. There is no limit of how happy and how successful you can be in all the areas of life. So I think the definition of somebody who is being limitless is somebody conquered the inner world and then giving back to the external world without any baggage, without any limits, selflessly, consistently, forever. I think that to me is limitless person.
Amazing, amazing. And you are a limitless person, and you are helping so many people find that limitless self within them. And you are really inspiring in a big way. So now we come to our next round, which is a very short round, hardly of 5 minutes, and it's a lightning bolt round. So I'll just ask you a few short questions.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So Dev, what is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear, I don't think I have a lot of fear. The only fear I have is, what if someday I wake up and I lose the drive of my mission? I don't want to lose the drive of my mission. That mission is something that drives me every day. I hope I don't lose that. But otherwise, I really don't actually have a lot of fears.
Amazing. If you were given a choice to be born as someone in the next birth, who would you want to be?
Ideal question would be, I just want to be born myself. I think I will not change a lot on who I am. I really had, though I had tough time, ups and downs, but I really enjoy being who I am. But if I had a second choice, if I have to be born, who would I want to be? I want to be somebody. I would not name one person because there's so many people. I want to be somebody, whether Tony Robbins or Dan Locke or Grant Cardone. I want to be somebody who is impacting millions of lives or eventually billions of lives, like somebody who changes the face of the humanity and leaves a legacy. I think that is somebody I would want to be reborn. Maybe I am already reborn because I'm dead. I'm already dead. The old David is already dead. Maybe I am reborn. Maybe
Yes.
I'll do that in this life itself.
Right, absolutely. So, and who is that person, one person who has inspired you the most in your life?
They're not one. I would say two. Grant Cardone and Dan Locke. They are my mentors. They inspire me a lot, and I continue to get inspired by them.
Okay, so if you are given a choice to be anywhere you want to be right at this moment, any part of the world, where would you, on a holiday, not a
Uh,
vacation?
uh-huh.
So, on a holiday, where would you want to be?
Maybe Greece or Italy. I have not been to Greece. I've not been to Italy. Maybe I'll check that out. I'm already anyways going to Dubai tomorrow for almost 1 month. That also will be really
Wow.
interesting. That'll be really interesting. But yeah, I would definitely love to go to Europe and see Italy and those places, Greece and all.
Amazing, amazing. And what are the top three books that you would suggest to all the audience that are listening to you that should be on their must read list, whoever they are?
So the top three books that I would recommend all of you guys to read, especially for people who are starting. Look, your journey could be different. You could be a beginner, you could be an intermediate, you could be already, reading a lot of books. But especially for people who are beginner and who are looking to become successful, I would highly recommend you to read a lot of mindset books. Because if you don't have mindset, the skills is not going to help you. The business strategy is not going to help you if you don't even have the character, if you don't have the mindset. So I would highly recommend the first book, which really changed my life, or the book that really changed my life, the 10x rule by Grant Cardone. Really changed my life. So that will give your mind a booster as well. And if I'm allowed, I would suggest you to read my book, second book, 80% mindset. First book, 80%
Yes,
mindset, 20% skill.
amazing book.
Yeah,
Yes,
not because it's my book, because I think first time readers, I think it's very difficult for them to focus on self development, right? Because of the over complicated language in some books and all. I made things very simple with my own experience with stories. So I recommend you read that book. And the third book, you go for FU Money by my second mentor Dan Locke. It's a great book, or Unlock It, or you can go for this book, 600 Days a Week of second book. If you're really looking for business, go for this book. 600 Days a Week Life can really change your
yes.
life.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. What is that one song that you go to if ever you feel low?
Huh. I mean, I don't have one song, but it just keeps changing. I don't go to one song. I sometimes it just keeps changing. So anything which really inspires me, I will go back to that song. I'll just look at the list and I'll go back to song. Sometimes it is Gully Boy song. Sometimes it is Rang De Basanti song. Sometimes it is Khaki, not Khaki. What is that? I forgot that. Akshay Kumar's movie.
Okay, Teri Mitti.
Teri Mitti. Yeah, I love that song. Sometimes I like that Sanju movie ka song. Kar Har
Yes,
Maidan Fateh. I think these are some of
right.
the songs I can go back to again and again.
Amazing. Would you like to kind of just आप हमारे लिए दो I mean sentences गुनगुनाओगे जो भी आपका favorite है?
uh, okay, I'll the favorite song that I will probably go back to, and thank you Anju for saying the Kesari. Thank you for being here. Um, Abhi jo words मैं गुनगुना रहा हूँ, the word probably the song I would want to be inspired by, or I'm already inspired by, and I want this song to inspire millions of people, is the song that is going to be Entrepreneur Wala Khoon. This is my original first rap song, which is going to be out very soon. Hopefully by the end of the month you will see it. That has become a PP anthem. Thank you, Anju, saying it's become a PP anthem now. So you might have seen the videos as well somewhere. So the lyrics of it is very powerful. It gives me really big drive. So 4 lines are there, right? 4 lines goes like, सिर्फ रसा ये जुनून है मेरा, जीत जाना ही तो रूल है मेरा, ट्रिलियन डॉलर एटीट्यूड है मेरा, entrepreneur वाला खून है मेरा. This is how the song goes.
Wow, I'm already in love with it. And you
Yeah.
are amazing singer as well.
अरे अभी तो जो कर रहे हैं थोड़ा बहुत कर रहे हैं. It's not a big deal. Not a great singer, but I try to do whatever I can.
No, it's really good, and the lyrics are amazing. Already, I mean, I could feel that sensation in me and those goosebumps. Ki, yeah, it's going to be really, really, that pushing you through the limits
Yeah, that's
to that
that's the hope that
limitless
I have.
self. Yes.
That is the hope that I have, to make people limitless with this music as well, that they can do it more and more and more.
Yeah, she say yes. The song is already viral in our community.
Yeah,
Really
people are
waiting
loving
to
it.
hear the whole thing. I've seen some of the videos of Dave, sharing the, making of the song, but
Yeah,
really waiting to actually, look at the song completely and listen to it. So,
absolutely.
last thing now, Dave, what is that message that you want to give to the people who are watching you
Hmm.
today?
One message I want to give to all of the people who are watching this is, life शुरू होती है अंत को ध्यान में रखते हुए. Everybody's got their number of years to live. Whether you live 70 years, 80 years, 90, 100, कहीं ना कहीं ये जर्नी खत्म होने वाली है. आप 30 years के हो या 40 years के हो, तो कैलकुलेट कर लो कि कितनी लाइफ बची है. Whatever life is remaining, the question to you is, do you want to continue to live the life that the way you've been living, or would you make a change and make the remaining years of your life full of excitement, energy, fulfillment, joy, freedom? Is that what you're going to do? Or are you going to just continue doing what you've been doing, is just surviving? If the answer is, I want to do the second inning of my life, I want to live the fulfilled life and not just chase money blindly and live ignorant life, then the question is, what are you going to do about it? When are you going to change? Time to change now. Time to find something that you really love and convert that into a profession or in business, so that every day can be a wonderful day. Every day could be Sunday. That is the message I want to give to all of the people. Do not miss even one day living without the passion. Start now, start finding it right now, so that you can live the great life which I truly believe everybody can live. It is not about how smart you are, from where you come from, your experience. Anybody can build their life, provided if you open mind, follow the process, find the mentor, change the life. That's the message I want to give to all the people.
Powerful message. Thank you so much, Dave. Wow, what a session we had. And I'm sure everyone is having a fire beneath them right now after the 1 hour. And that is how your all sessions are. I have experienced it so many times, your energy, going on for continuous 14, 15 hours, and, still no kind of that enthu never dies. And I want to kind of leave everyone with that same enthusiasm that you have. Please follow him. He is an amazing, amazing human being and an amazing mentor and a coach. So
Thank you.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Dave, for joining me over here.
Thank you, Anshu, and thank you all the people, Mani, Anju, all the well wishers, Sandeep, all of you have joined and watching. People who are probably watching and replay as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I was able to add value to you. Thank you for giving your valuable time to me, and go out there, make a difference, and live your life full of passion, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, people, thank you so much for being with us over here. I'm sure, I mean, this session was unlike any other session that you have ever attended because he is a man on fire. Believe me when I say that. he is going in his life like a rocket, and going directly to the Mars, to the moon, wherever you want to take it. So take the session as that fire which fuels the rocket of your life, and go achieve your dreams as the message that you gave. Do not miss even a single day. If you need help, take help of coaches, mentors. You need help in tackling your life, your mindset, your habits. Go ahead, go and contact a coach, a mentor who you relate to. It can be me, it can be anyone else, whoever you relate to, but take help and begin that journey today. Do not lose one day, because life is very precious and you have your big dreams that you want to achieve. So I leave you on that note, and I'll see you next week with another phenomenal episode. Thank you so much. God bless you. Good night.